welcome back to my channel. So today's video is the very long awaited self-tanning routine. So basically in this video I'm going to go through all the steps that I do to self-tan and what brands I use and how I use it and everything like that. I really hope you guys enjoy this video and comment down below what video you would like to see me do next. So I do want to say first that if you don't self-tan, that's totally fine. If you do self-tan, that's totally fine. I personally like to self-tan because I just feel more confident when I'm tan. Actually, I do have pretty fair skin, which is beautiful too and fine, but I just personally feel more confident when I am more tan. Just wanted to put that out there for you guys. I hope I don't offend anyone at the fact that I self-tan. So the very first step is exfoliating. So exfoliating is going to take off any of the dead skin cells that's on your body. It'll also help the tan apply smoother on your body. It'll appear smoother and the tan will also last longer. And exfoliating will also take off any of the old tan that you have on if you have old tan on already. To exfoliate, I use an exfoliating glove and a tanning remover. So this is the Loving Tan exfoliating glove. Loving Tan is the brand that I always use. It is my favorite self-tanner brand ever. So this is the brand that I'm going to be talking about basically the entire video. This exfoliating glove is black on one side and pink on the other. The black side is just like a more rougher exfoliator than the pink. And then on top of the exfoliating glove, I also use the Bondi Sands self-tan eraser. This isn't a necessity and it's not something that you have to have, but I just like to use it because it's easier for me to take off my tan that I had on before and it makes it a lot quicker for me. So I think with this you're meant to put it on dry skin before you get in the shower, but I always put it on when I'm in the shower after my skin is already wet. So I just put this all over my skin when I'm already in the shower and then I leave it for about 5 minutes to kind of soak into my skin. Then after about 5 minutes I get my exfoliating glove and I start exfoliating off the self-tan eraser and anything else that's on my skin using the glove. Sometimes you do have to be pretty firm with it and go like over spots a couple times, but it shouldn't hurt, especially if you're using the self-tan eraser because that already gets rid of so much of the old tan. But if you don't have any old tan on to begin with and you're just kind of starting from scratch, then you just use this glove all over your body to exfoliate and it'll make your skin feel really soft and really smooth. Okay, so the step after that is shaving. So that's pretty self-explanatory. I just shave. Sometimes I actually shave before I exfoliate. I probably should have mentioned that, but it doesn't really matter. It kind of does the same thing anyway. Okay, so now we're out of the shower and now we can move on to tanning. So dry your skin. So at this point, sometimes I moisturize, and again, that's just another step that you can take if you want to make your tan look nicer and look smoother on your body. So I would moisturize my elbows, my wrists, knees, ankles, just certain places on your body where the tan might develop a little darker than the rest of your body. Okay, so now we're actually at the tanning part. I'm going to try and explain this the best way I can because it's not that difficult, but I just have a lot that I want to say. So the actual self-tanner I use is the Loving Tan Dark Mousse. It comes in a 2-hour express and then this is a deluxe bronzing mousse, and this one develops over 6 hours. I use them both and I love them both. They're the same color, they just develop over different amounts of time. I only ever use dark. There is medium dark and ultra dark. I have used a lot of self-tanning brands. I just found that Loving Tan gave like the most natural olive color. I'm sure you've seen a lot of tanners out there that have gone orange. I remember my very first self-tan that I ever did was a different brand. I did it and I had no clue what I was doing and it turned out so orange, and I have pictures and I look back at those pictures like, oh, what was I doing? Because I didn't even realize how orange it was. Anyway, so I actually figured out that Loving Tan, the reason why they don't go orange is because they add a different ingredient in that most self-tanners don't that eliminates the orange color. I thought it was really interesting. So if you use Loving Tan, you don't have to be afraid of it going orange because they do use an extra ingredient. I don't remember the name of it and it was really hard to pronounce, but it's just one that most self-tanners don't use. Okay, so when I tan, I use this applicator mitt, which is also Loving Tan. Loving Tan basically has every single product you need. You just put the mitt on your hand, shake the bottle, and I usually put 3 pumps on kind of per part of the body that I do. So I usually start doing my legs up. I've just found that that's like the easiest way for me to do it. So yeah, I do about 3 pumps and then I just start rubbing it into my body and kind of blending it all together. Another really good thing about Loving Tan is that there's already like an instant bronzer. Like you can see the color is already there. So as soon as you put it on the skin, you can see where you've gone, which is really helpful because then it won't get like streaky or anything. So hands and feet can kind of overdevelop pretty easily. So what I do is I tan and blend blend in kind of all of my arm and just wait until there's like basically nothing left on my mitt, and then I really lightly and quickly do my hands and fingers. And that's just how I found keeps my hands looking the most natural, because you don't want to like get a full pump and then do it all over your hand, otherwise it'll go really dark. So if you guys are wanting to try out Loving Tan, they have actually given me a code which gives you a free mitt for any mousse that you purchase. So if you purchase one of these, you get this for free, which is really awesome and really generous. I'll leave all the information down below, but the code is JESSCONTE. I also forgot to mention that I don't tan my face, so when I tan, I kind of just tan up to here. I know a lot of people do tan their face, I just choose not to. Once you've finished tanning, you can just like stand there for a minute or two and let it dry, and then you can just put on your clothes. I usually just put on some loose clothes if I'm like at home for the day, but it does dry really fast, so you can sleep in it, you can go to work in it, whatever. And also if you do get dressed and just go about your day in your clothes and you find that there's like tan on your clothes, it's not the actual tan, it's just the bronzer that is like on top of the tan that gives the instant color, and that comes out in the wash really easy, so don't worry about that. So after that, you can just let your tan develop, whether it's the 2-hour one or the 6-hour one. Sometimes I actually just sleep in it and wash it off the next morning. So I think the last thing I'm going to talk about is just maintaining your tan. So if you maintain your tan and you look after it really well, it'll last probably about 10 days. My tans usually last about 7 to 10 days, and the best way to maintain your tan is to moisturize. I've used and tried a lot of moisturizers, and they've been good and they keep my tan on. But the best moisturizer that I have found that just helped my tan last the longest is this one. It is the Jergens Natural Glow Wet Skin Moisturizer, and it is in the shade medium to tan. So it is wet skin, so you put it on after you have showered, before you dry. So what I do, after I turn the shower off, before I hop out of the shower, I put this all over my body, and then when I get out of the shower, I just pat my skin dry, and that just helps keep the moisturizer on your body. That is it for my self-tanning routine. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So many of you guys have been asking me to do this for a really long time. And don't forget, I do have the code JESSCONTE if you do want to get a mitt with any mousse purchase. Again, I'll leave everything down below. I love you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!